This is Mario Central, here with you today, in front of Akri's house, or in front of her little sister. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I forgot to do this interview. Well, I'm going to do it now before I actually forget, because you, my friend, are the one responsible for me losing Bonsly. So you know what, Akri? Because you had the nerve of calling me for this big important news story, now I'm gonna sabotage your interview. Watch. I see, Nick, it was you that saved Professor Cray, the director of the Pokemon HQ lab. No. Nick, you were on TV for the Fanac news story, but you've been on TV before. No. Oh goodness, the SS Libra was attacked because Cypher wanted to get at the Pokemon on board? No. Wow, that's beyond incredible. Nick, you must be an amazingly talented trainer despite your appearance. Just interviewing you has excited me to the edge of my seat. Your tale is so thrilling, harrowing, and exhilarating. I don't really get how it's so inspiring if I said no to everything. I clearly told you I wasn't responsible for anything. How am I the greatest trainer ever? Unfortunately, I don't think this is going to be an epic masterpiece. It's going to be a fictional masterpiece. Mind you, she's not going to know the true story. But I guess I haven't done myself a favor, like with Wesley, in spreading the intention around that I'm the hero, haven't I? Because now I just flat out told her that I'm not responsible for anything. I'm going to give Leave the Quick Claw for now. I think this is the better item to get from Akri. She can either give you the Mental Herb, the White Herb, or the Amulet Coin. And I don't care for any of those, because White Herb and Mental Herb gets used up in one usage. And and I've never really cared about gaining more money, especially in this series. You don't really need a lot, so there's no sense of wasting a item slot for your Pokemon with Amulet Coin. You have to answer yes to get all of those. 2 yeses for White Herb, 1 yes for Mental. White Herb, all it does is it's for basically overheat users. You lower your attack, it raises it back to 0, and so forth. But for the real reason we're here, we are going to go and get Growlithe, because I am so sorry, my friend. I'm so sorry. Alright, we've tracked him down here at Rilgum Tower. I don't care if my Pokemon are necessarily prepared for this. I am going to head in anyways, because Mirror B and his gang is right here. And I need to hope that he has Growlithe here. This is going to be really sad if he doesn't have him. But I think he should, because Nosepass is his own Shadow Pokemon, and Growlithe is a stray one. So, I mean, he should have both together. But that may not be the case. We'll see. It depends on, I guess, Mirror B's mood, doesn't it? He's just like, I'll use this one now, and I'll use this one another time. Here we are at the semifinals with Mirror B. Let's do this! Woo! Bum 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 bum. So now this will probably be the last time I actually show Mirror B in a fight. So if I ever kill any more Shadow Pokemon, I'll just cut to when he actually fights me, because I've shown him regularly when he fought us at the Outskirts stand. I've shown him at Pirate Coliseum, and now I'm going to show him at Fennec, because his team is obviously going to be a bit more tougher now that all their levels are at level 40, so this is going to be a bit more tougher on my team too. But I've decided, since I'm doing it now, I might as well just clear the rest of Railgun Tower while I'm doing this. The thing is, though, is if I do not catch Growlithe here, I'm going to have to put Railgun off hold until I actually go and find Growlithe. And just like last time, I'm going to have to wander around for a good while and wait until Mirror B pops up on the radar. Which this time I won't be showing, because I mean that's just ridiculous if I show it twice in a row. But here is Nosepass. Wait a second, that's not a Shadow one? Is he gonna have 2 Nosepasses? If that's the plural, then Nosepasses. that would be kind of funny to use in a sentence. Aw, man, where did you get Ice Punch from? Eh, Mirror B's beefing up his party a little bit. Why didn't he transform into Ludicolo? I have no idea. That's why I have the empty party slot, because I'm waiting for Growlithe to just slot right in there and fit in with this team. Boom! How is that for an example? That did not even do much. Earthquake! Oh, wow. What are you doing with that now? Jeez, I swear he has all the TMs. I bet you he stole those TMs off of someone. and he's just teaching them to all his Pokemon. But he made the mistake. He didn't steal a Water Stone because he clearly should have evolved one of his Lombre. He's got to be like the old game. He's got to get back that team of Ludicolo. He's going different now. I mean, you saw the Jumpluff. Now he has a Nose Pass and a Ludicolo. What's his next one? Actually, wait. How many Pokemon does he have left? Does he have 3 or 2? Because if you have 2, then maybe, just maybe, the last 2 Pokemon are Nose Pass and Growlithe themselves, which is what I'm hoping for. So there goes that Nose Pass. So as you can see, all the Realgam Tower participants are going to be level 40, so again, train your team up to this point, use this as training whatsoever, and just like all the other Coliseums I will show the finals of everyone, and any match in between that would be interesting. And because I will be honest with you, I like this Coliseum a lot because they use a lot of different strategies. The previous Coliseums, like in Pokemon Coliseum, they kind of just, it was just normal battles. They didn't really have a specific strategy. Like, a couple of these fights that I've been through, they had their own strategy. Like, I've noticed that with Realgam Tower. Like, I think the next one's gonna have like a rain dance, sunny day, weather strategy. The next one's gonna have like a curse strategy or something like that. Like, just unique strategies that give you hints at how to play the game, you know? It's kind of interesting. No! Wait a second, is that his last Pokemon? Oh no! I'm not gonna get Growlithe! Oh man! I guess that serves me right for killing him in the first place, but come on, Gabe! I haven't been that mean to you. I only killed one other Pokemon in Swinub. I mean, jeez! Oh, and now you killed my Blooby. Thank you. Thank you very much, you cold-hearted, mean-spirited Gabe! Oh, you knocked out both of them! Oh, wow, this is not going very well. I gotta admit, they took out 3 of my Pokemon. I'll admit, Crow's Effect hasn't been doing too well because, for some reason, they keep targeting him. I don't know why. Every time they just double team him for some reason. He's not even the strongest of the 2, and yet they double team him for some reason, which is why I haven't been able to evolve him very much. I was hoping him and Blooby were going to get a lot of experience. Unfortunately, only Blooby has been making that case. Okay, that's good. I just didn't want to do Thunder Shock Shockwave, because I was afraid that was going to kill it. I've learned my lesson. I'm not going to do any more moves that would even be close. Like, even if it were to critical, it wouldn't kill them. I'm going to try to hold off on moves like that. But obviously, if I'm facing like level 29 Shadow Pokemon, then I can't really help that. Because even the weakest of moves might even end up killing them. Because now my Pokemon are pretty darn above them with all this training I've been doing. Excellent. Alright, I was hoping I would keep Athena till the end so I can sing Nose Pass, but that's okay. I'm just gonna use a Great Ball right now. Yeah, I guess I'll use a Great Ball. I don't need an Ultra Ball for this thing. Nose Pass, by the way, is a decent Pokemon. I mean, I obviously I think it's better for the 4th generation when it evolves into well, its evolution. I actually can never remember its evolution's name, as strange as that is. I'm usually good at remembering Pokemon names, but for some reason I never remember his 2nd evolution. I'm trying to think of... Oh, Probopass, that's it. I always found that a strange name for some reason. But his evolved form is a lot better. I mean, he transforms... The only thing that's problematic with that is he transforms into a Steel and Rock, which has 4 times Earth weakness and 4 times fighting weakness. So that could be a problem. But otherwise, he's much more better than he is than being a Nose Pass, because Nose Pass is just an average Pokemon. It's just one of those Pokemon that needed an evolution, and it got one. It's decent, but the typing kinda is bad. I never really liked that Steel and Rock typing, since it's weak to so many things. I mean, you've got fighting weakness, earth weakness, water weakness. It's ridiculous, man. like seriously. And then it's got a partial fire weakness. Like, yeah, it just doesn't resist a whole lot. Obviously, it's a normal killer for sure. But, I mean, normal Pokemon are easily defeated anyway, so, I mean, unless it's like an uber-tier Pokemon like Aggron is beastly, then, I mean, I could see why you would use Aggron, but Probopass, I don't really like as much. But he's not bad. It's way better than Nose Pass, but it's not recommended. But here we go, we're actually facing the flying type trainer. Now this guy is just going to continually use Sky Attack. And right now I have no chance of taking down Skarmory, so I'm just going to direct my attacks at Noctowl and hopefully take that out before he gets the chance to use Sky Attack, because that's all he's going to be using. He doesn't use Fly or Aerial Ace or nothing. He just uses Sky Attack. No! Why do you keep going for Crow's Effect? Darn it! Every time, man, you just can't help yourself. You see the dragon antlion crossbreed, and you're like, no, I'm going to be prejudiced and destroy him. Damn you, I'll show you what it's like to take down a crossbreed. Oh, man. Because we got a seal over here, then we got ourselves a cat. Is Jolteon a cat? He's probably a cat, right? Or is he? No, what am I kidding? He's a fox. That's why I called him a fox. Or called her a fox, sorry. But that's what I like about these Realgam Tower. They offer nice, different strategies. Like this one's just all Sky Attack, so you kind of have to plan around that. You'll see later on, we'll get into more and more strategies. And I like that, because in Pokemon Coliseum, it was just straight up battles. They weren't really different. The only one that was interesting in Pokemon Coliseum was the Deep Coliseum, where you rematch the bosses of the game, and that was awesome. And we're gonna get something similar to that in this game as well, but not for a long time. Once we finish Realgam Tower, that's pretty much it. I mean, we have 2 Coliseums and then 1 till after the game, so I mean, not as much as compared to the previous one, and that's actually a good thing, because those can take some long time, especially if you wanted to get all the TMs. Like, oh my goodness, those take a long time. Unlike Pirate Coliseum, you actually get quite a bit of good TMs in this one, so be prepared. I think you get like Solar Beam and Iron Tail and all that, so we're gonna need those TMs. And I'm not gonna learn Snore just because I don't really like its power, but I will learn Rest because having Rest on a Walrein is probably one of the most irritating things of all. Trust me on that one. It is really irritating to have Ice Beam, to have Rest on that thing, because the minute you think you've taken it down, you're like, I've got it, and then it just heals right back up, and you're like, no! Because even while asleep, it can still take hits pretty well, and then it'll get back in and destroy you with Ice Beam or Blizzard if you're doing single battles, so I mean, it's cool. Boom, 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 boom. But we have proven victorious. The only one that gave us really much of a problem was Mirror B, actually. He took down a lot of my Pokemon. And in Realgam Tower as well, you get a lot of money. 7,500 was there, and I didn't even do that well. If you do well, I think you can get upwards to 10,000. So it's a good money grabber if you're looking for some money. Instead of going for Amulet Coin or whatever, just do that. Now, as you can see there, we actually got the TM Snatch, which is not all that important. So, I mean, that's the one TM that you're probably going to be like, well, this was a waste of time of going for. But now, I'm actually going to teach Thunder to Jolteon because I think it's time he learned something a bit more stronger, because we're going to be getting into the stronger portions of this game. Now, well, I sort out that. I'm going to join you guys back when the Mirror B radar pops up once again to find my lost Growlithe. Okay, you know what? Before I actually go and do that, I might as well just talk about Togepi a little bit right here. Togepi, as I've said, is not really a Pokemon worth keeping. The thing is remember that we have to give this Pokemon back to Hordell when we purify it. Now, it's up to you what you want to do. When you give this Togepi back to Hordell, the thing is he gives you back an Elekid, which is great. I mean, you get to have an Electabuzz. But the problem is later on in the game, you get an Electabuzz anyway, so what's the point of having 2 Pokemon of the same kind? Well, there is a little bit. This Elekid learns a Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, Ice Punch. He learns moves that are otherwise not known to Electabuzz. I think he also learns Brick Break. So, I mean, it's pretty good. But the fact is, you still get an Electabuzz later on, so what really is the point? You'd rather just keep a different Pokemon. Now, the thing about it is they make Togepi really hard to like you in this game. If you wanted to get to a Togetic, which again is another reason why I don't recommend using it in here, it takes a really long time for it to actually like you. They make that on purpose so that it makes a harder decision for you to whether or not to give it to Hordell. If you give Hordell the Togetic, for instance, right, you'd think you would get a better Pokemon. Wrong. You still get the Elekid, but it's even worse. It knows the normal moves it would learn instead of the special moves. So, I mean, what really is the point of giving it to Hordell? I say just keep it, even though it's a bad Pokemon, go with it, keep it, just have a different Pokemon and be like, hey, look, I'm completing the Pokedex, I'm so special, haha, not really. And we have tracked down Mirabee after 1 hour. Seriously, I was sitting here for a long time, just roaming around from city to city, and he finally popped up. And obviously it's in the place where we're not going to get a lot of experience fun, but that's okay. Let's head in anyways. There goes his Ludicolo in epic fashion. Look at that. All these Pokemon deaths are so overdramatic in this game. They're just like, oh gosh, I've been hit. I mean, I guess it is pretty significant that they are fainting, but there is Growlithe himself, and now I get to talk about him. I'm going to be very careful not to use Jolteon on him. I'm going to use Dragon Breath, because that will do a lot less compared to Jolteon's power. Growlithe is one of my favorite Pokemon to use. This guy is like my go-to Pokemon to go to if I can never think of anyone else. Like if I can't think of that last person to go to, I'm like, oh, just do Arcanine, he's good. I mean, I like Arcanine. Arcanine is an awesome Pokemon. He does evolve into an Arcanine, and you can evolve him whenever you want with a Firestone and such. And honestly, it's just one of those Pokemon I could use at any point of time, any generation. I like him a lot. He's either going to be a special attacker or a physical attacker for you, depending on how you raise it. Obviously, you know about Pokemon EVs and such. The type of Pokemon you face ups its stats, right? Either attack power or special attack. So depending on how you raise it, you could make it a special attacker or attacker. Obviously, in just a general playing through of this game, I don't really care who I'm facing. So it's going to be either or. It really doesn't matter to me. Because it's a mixed attacker, it's great, it has good speed, it learns good moves via the TM, like Iron Tail and Extreme Speed, it'll come up, and is why I like it so much. It just, honestly, always does the job for me, and I like it a lot. Just to be honest with you, I've always used this Pokemon at some point. I've used him in my first generation game. I've used him, I think, in all generations. I'm not even kidding you. I've used him in all of them. I used him on my yellow team. I used him... Yeah, I have, actually. Oh, wow. I never really thought about that, but I have. That's actually interesting. So you can see how much I like him. Honestly, it's great that we got him a male, too, because you're going to see the awesome nickname that I will give him. And now, this should do it, hopefully. You're asleep. Don't be like the legendaries now and shake out when it's asleep. And I'm going to catch you in the luxury ball because you are going to grow to like me. I know I killed you before, but you will like me, gosh darn it. And there we have it. Growlithe has now joined our party. Thank the goodness lordness. Oh my goodness. This is about dancing. You're not in my league. Oh, way to give excuses, Mirabee. Here we are in the forest with Growlithe. We're going to purify him. I'm sorry that this is such a cut-filled episode. Yeah, I know. This episode is going to be very cut-filled. I'm doing things from one point to the other. You won't really see me stay in one area for long. All I did with Growlithe is I just had him go in one battle. And then I just used a bunch of Vivid Sense on him, because I want him to purify as fast as possible. I don't really care about getting much experience for him, because I want to evolve him to Arcanine as fast as possible, and we are actually going to nickname him James. I like the Pokemon anime guy, James. I liked his original voice especially. He's just one of those suave characters that you love. How did I forget the Team Rocket theme song? But whatever. I've clearly forgotten that name. What I was going to do is, if it was female, I was actually going to name it Growly. You know James's Growlithe in the anime? That's why I named it James, because I like James's Growlithe in the anime. I like that story of him being a good guy, but just choosing the wrong path, and it was nice. It was nice to see that he had a bit more character than the other people in his team. it was nice that they showed that in general. Everyone in that team had a different side to them, which was interesting. But now we get ourselves the legendary Pokemon. I always remember seeing that on my Pokemon card. I'm like, oh my god, I got a legendary. It's not really a legendary, but they just call it that. The legendary Pokemon Arcanine is now ours to claim. Oh, wow. Now we're going to get him his first action in Mount Battle, actually. We are going to have to do that as well because our Pokemon are now more than ready for areas 4, 5, and 6. So definitely I'm going to get him to train there, and we are going to get rid of Charm for Fire Blast. We're also going to get another TM to teach him in just a little bit, but first we must go and head to Mount Battle. Look at this man. I like the way his hair just blows in the wind. It's just, I really like the details they added in this game. I believe this was a good hindsight. This was a good, you know, formula to use for Pokemon X and Y, because now they really know how to do Pokemon animations really well, and get the 3D-ness in them as well. I just like adding ness to everything. That's just generally how my lingo goes. But now that we've done that, let's us head to Mount Battle. And now we're at Area Leader 4, which I have no idea what his name is. James has evolved twice. Not much. These Pokemon were generally easy to take down. Oh, were you surprised that I'm a man? Aside from me, everyone in Area 4 happens to be a woman. Ha ha ha. Really? Oh, you're right! Oh, and your name's Boyden! Oh, good job, Genius Sonority. Yes, that is the company that made this game. Oh, man, that's hilarious. I didn't realize that till now. I was busy, because there was this girl in this area that's like, I want to be a ninja. Here's my ninja skills, and she had like a ninja-esque, and it was kind of cool actually, but I didn't even realize that. When I'm thinking back to it now, it's so true. And of course they would give him the name Boyden. That's brilliant. Oh man, this game is awesome. I like, you know what? I'll be honest with you, I like Mount Battle a lot more in this game. I'll talk about it more later as we delve into the later parts of Mount Battle, but now we take a flamethrower that should be able to defeat him. In fact, the funny thing with this area is it was actually much more weaker compared to the last area. I don't know why they did that, but I guess they just felt like changing it up a bit, and they're like, hey, look, how about we make this area a bit more weaker and just surprise people a bit. I probably should have just done this when I was doing it in the first place. I should have just done up to Area 4, but I thought it was going to be more difficult, but apparently it was not. And Boyden, you have let down everyone. That's right. Feel ashamed. Oh, man. But it's funny, Genius Sonority is actually behind this series. They're also behind Pokemon Battle Revolution, and they're also behind a couple of other Pokemon games. I believe Pokemon Troze, you know, the one for the DS or something, they were behind that too. So, I mean, they're not a bad company, but they haven't really done well in the past few years. You know, they were good around this time. And now we get TM42, which I believe is Facade. I think so. It's a pretty strong normal move, which isn't too bad. But I won't be teaching that to any of my Pokemon. But this is it from me. We are going to take on the rest of Realgam Tower and Mount Battle in the next one. This is Mario Central, signing off.